I want to talk to you about Bank of America, line of credit alternatives for bad credit. So if you are looking for a Bank of America personal line of credit and you have bad credit, so these are the banks that will take care of you, okay? And Bank of America actually pulls Experian. So into this conversation, I'll be talking to you about banks that pull Experian for personal lines of credit with bad credit. So here's a review I want you to pay attention to. So the first bank that you want to really think about is PNC. So PNC does a great job. PNC actually will pull Experian, and PNC does a great job in terms of giving you a personal line of credit. And we're speaking here about unsecured. If you have a FICO score, of 550, 560, you could qualify for a PNC personal line of credit. And the cool thing is that you have $1,000 all the way to $25,000. This is really this is decent. Yep. $1,000 to $25,000, and you can use the cash for a lot of things. So PNC is not placing any restriction on the use of line of credit proceeds. So you can use the cash for financing a large purchase, for debt consolidation, for home improvements, for vacations and traveling. So you can do a lot of things. You can even use the cash for overdraft protection. Okay, this is kind of cool. But the interesting thing is that PNC wants you to have a checking account, a PNC checking account. So you need to have a PNC checking account to qualify for this bad credit personal line of credit. Okay, and if you have any question, you want to call right now, 1-877-225-5762. So for us, PNC is actually the first Bank of America bad credit personal line of credit alternative. And what we love about PNC is that they tend to approve, the bank tends to approve personal lines of credit real fast, within 24 to 72 hours. If you apply at a branch, if you apply online, the approval can take all the way to one week. So bottom line, the bottom line here is it's just a lot better to apply online. To apply at the branch or to apply over the phone. And what we love about the PNC personal line of credit is that even though it gives you $1,000 to $25,000, you are able to increase your limits after a while. Just remember though, if you are in California, the maximum limit here is $5,000. Okay, so it's really important to know. But overall, it's a great program that we love a lot. Fantastic. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really wonderful to have you here to have this quick convo with you about Bank of America bad credit personal line of credit alternatives. Another card that we love here, another bank that we love is Fifth Third Bank. So Fifth Third Bank also pulls Experian, and with Fifth Third, the cool thing is that you can actually have an unsecured line of credit all the way to $100,000. Think about it. $100,000. This is really, really good. So basically, Fifth Third is really generous, and but the only thing is, if you want to go to $100,000, you need to justify up to 10% of verified liquid assets. So even though this line of credit is unsecured, in other words, you're not posting anything to collateralize the line of credit, Fifth Third still wants you to see that they would still want you to show that you are, financially speaking, you are good. Like you have decent net wealth. Okay, decent net worth. And what I want to say here is that when we talk about the Fifth Third personal line of credit, you can actually be approved with a FICO score. Sometimes it can go all the way to 525, 530. We have clients who actually got a Fifth Third personal line of credit with a FICO score that starts at 520, 525, 530. But those clients, those individuals, they have a savings account with Fifth Third. They have a direct deposit into their Fifth Third account. So they have a long-standing relationship, a long-standing positive relationship with Fifth Third. So if you have bad credit, you better beef up your relationship with Fifth Third if you want to qualify for an unsecured personal line of credit for bad or fair credit. So besides the unsecured line of credit, you can also qualify for a secured line of credit with Fifth Third. Not a problem. So with Fifth Third, you have flexibility. With Fifth Third, you have a wide area of financing arrangements. And again, if you want to know more, just call right now, 1-866 866-671-5353. Again, the number here is 866-671-5353. And so just be aware that there is actually a $65 annual fee. If you go with the unsecured line of credit, they're charging you a $65 the first year. Now that fee is waived the first year, but the subsequent years you have to pay it. But hey, listen, it is still worth it anyway. And so overall, yeah, you have unsecured and secure line of credit. And this is a great, the Bank of America bad credit personal line of credit alternatives. By the way, boss, I just said it. I just want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about Bank of America bad credit personal line of credit alternatives. Another bank I want to share with you that actually issues a bad credit personal line of credit is BMO Harris. So BMO actually also pulls Experian as Bank of America. And what we love about BMO is that BMO is really fast. BMO is really fast. The only problem with BMO is that they're not available in many states. They're probably available in 4 or 5 or 7 states. But BMO will take care of you. And BMO will approve you for a personal line of credit up to $50,000. Sometimes they'll go all the way to $75,000, depending on the relationship you have with them. And what we love about BMO is that they'll start you with a FICO score of 550. If you have an existing relationship with them, okay, 550. And what we love about BMO is that you basically can choose 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, up to 5 years for the draw period, and up to 5 years also for the repayment period. So BMO is really flexible there. And so BMO, in our view, for all intents and purposes, is a great Bank of America bad credit personal line of credit alternative. You just have to be in the geography that BMO covers, though, because again, as I said, BMO is not available nationally. They're not even available regionally. So they are in a cluster of states. And if you're lucky to be in that cluster, you are good to go. Now, with the recent acquisition of a BMO of a Bank of the West by BMO is expanding its geographic footprint. So this is really good. So we have more people in the country who will have access to BMO Harris's products. So long story short, BMO, you have a maximum $50,000. In some cases you can go to $75,000. FICO score 525 all the way to 550. This is really great. In our view, this is a great Bank of America bad credit personal line of credit alternative. And the cool thing about BMO is that you can use the cash for a lot of things. So BMO is not really restricted the use of loan proceeds here. You can use the cash to actually refinance. You can use to refinance credit cards or other loans. You can use the cash to acquire a vehicle, to consolidate your debt for a large expense for home improvements. So this is really good. Fantastic. And if you have more questions, you can call right now BMO 1-888-340-2265. 1-888-340-2265. I want to talk to you now about another institution. That's a Bank of America bad credit personal line of credit alternative, and that's UniFi. Now, UniFi is not a bank. UniFi is a credit union, and so UniFi will take care of you. What we love about UniFi is that UniFi is constantly changing how it's treating customers, and UniFi will pull Experian. What we love about UniFi is that UniFi will give you a very good amount. We're speaking about a personal line of credit that goes from $1,500 all the way to $50,000. Think about it. And UniFi, by the way, UniFi is a nationally available credit union, so you don't have to qualify. You don't have to qualify if you don't meet their biology, their geography, or their profession criteria. You just need to donate to a charity and you are in, okay? So don't worry about membership at all, but it is a credit union, so you need to qualify for membership first. You got to be a member before getting the personal line of credit. But in our view, it's a great Bank of America bad credit personal line of credit alternative because it pulls this credit union pulls TransUnion, and it will actually get you in with a FICO score that goes from 530 all the way to 560. So 530 to 560, that's our target FICO score to get in UniFi, and you can get all the way to $50,000. So $500 to $50,000, and you have additional rates that are available from 12 all the way to 84 month terms. So here we're speaking about rates that are low as the 13.49% for a 12-month term. So you can choose actually to have a personal line of credit, okay, based on the repayment window you want. And UniFi is not really UniFi is been very flexible in terms of the use of loan proceeds. You can use the cash for a lot of things, for repairs, for cash shortfalls, or any unexpected expenses. Okay, and you can take advantage of a 0.25% discount for automatic payments from a UniFi share account. So this is really fantastic. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about Bank of America bad credit, personal line of credit alternatives. I want to talk to you also about another institution. I want to talk to you about NASA Fed. Now, NASA Fed is actually a credit union also, and it's kind of similar to UniFi. And with NASA Fed, you actually, so NASA Fed also pulls Experian as a Bank of America, and NASA Fed will get you in with a FICO score minimum of 550. And with NASA Fed, they want you to have a relationship with them for at least 9 months before you apply for this personal line of credit. So 550 and 9 months minimum. And again, with NASA Fed, anybody can get it, not a problem at all. If you cannot qualify through geography, biology, or profession, you could qualify through a donation to a charity. So, and if you have a question, let us know. We'll just let you know what kind of charity you have to donate to. Like you just have to donate like $5 and you're in. So this is really good. What we love about NASA Fed is that they're very flexible. So first of all, you have that. So they call it a cash line of credit. So that's how they call their personal line of credit. It's called a cash line of credit. So you can use the cash, like no collateral is required. And so you have low minimum payments, sometimes like 1% of the outstanding balance, all the way to 2% of the outstanding balance. And so the amounts available here, maximum $30,000. So if you apply for a personal line of credit at NASA Fed, the maximum you can get is $30,000. But the APR is kind of cool though. The APR you are looking at somewhere like 7% all the way to 13%, and you have terms up to 60 months. You have automatic payments. This is really good. So NASA Fed is making everything very simple for you. So you're able to get your personal line of credit real fast, and this is really good. But if you have any question, just contact NASA Fed right now at 1-888 NASA Fed, NASA FCU, so 627-2328. Again, the number here is 1-888-627-2328. So bottom line here is that you are able to get taken care of by NASA Fed real fast, and you can get all the way to $30,000. Another institution that I want to share with you that is the Bank of America bad credit personal line of credit alternative is Genesis. So Genesis is another credit union, and Genesis also is available nationally. So it doesn't matter where you live or what you do or whom you are related to, you can still get in, not a problem at all. And what we love about Genesis is the flexibility. So Genesis is not really complicated stuff for you. They will actually approve you real fast, and you can use the cash for a lot of things. You can use the cash for home improvements. You can use the cash for medical or surgery or anything medically inclined. You can use the cash for like wedding, vacation, unexpected expenses. Genesis will take care of you. And Genesis, what they actually do is that they will approve you for a maximum line of credit amount of $10,000. So they're not as generous as a NASA Fed. They're not as generous as a Fifth Third. They're not as generous as US Bank, but they'll get you something, right? That's what you need anyway. And so basically, maximum here, $10,000, minimum $1,000. And the APR goes from 11% all the way to 18%. 11% to 18%. And you can actually, so you need to actually have an established relationship with Genesis for at least 6 months. before you qualify. And Genesis will get you in terms of like with a FICO score of around 520 all the way to 550. Sometimes they will ask you to go like 575. It really depends on your profile. It depends also on the cash movements they see in your accounts. So if you actually have held an account in good standing with them for at least 6 months, and you are basically feeding the account like sufficient amounts of cash flows, they will be really flexible when it comes to the eligibility criteria they apply upon you to qualify you for a personal line of credit. Okay, so this is important. So if you're interested in getting a Genesis personal line of credit up to $10,000, make sure you beef up your relationship first. I want you to solidify your relationship with this credit union. So really important. And another thing I want to say to close to this conversation, I want to say that when you go to Genesis, they actually tend to approve you really fast as well. I mean, relatively fast for a credit union. So you're looking at 2 days and maximum 3 to 4 days, you get approved. And what will happen here is they will transfer the funds to your checking account upon request. All right, let me give you a few pro tips here. And so we had a conversation about the Bank of America bad credit personal line of credit alternatives. Okay, so if you're sitting there, you're just asking yourself, how do I get a Bank of America bad credit personal line of credit? It's important to understand, I mean, an alternative, of course, because the Bank of America right now, they have exited the personal line of credit and personal loan space, so they don't give those loans as of now. Maybe this will change in the future. Nobody knows. But right now, you need to look for alternatives, right? So the thing you want to do here is that, you have to actually check your credit score, because we always go with the mantra that if somebody's telling you have bad credit, you need to ascertain, you need to confirm, you need to corroborate that what this person is saying is actually true. In other words, that you indeed have bad credit, because some people think they have bad credit, but when they start digging, they realize they don't have bad credit at all. They have a decent credit. I mean, it's nothing spectacular, but it's not bad either. So, like, if you're thinking you're probably around 500, and then after research you realize you're around 600, this really changes. This changes a lot of things. So, so you really want to ascertain your credit score first before you start thinking about the kind of bad credit Bank of America line of credit alternatives that you should be looking for. And you also need to think about determining the amount that you need. So how much do you need in terms of personal line of credit? Do you need 25,000? I mean, you saw that some lenders actually had limits, right? For instance, if you have Genesis has only $10,000, whereas you have NASAFED $30,000, and Regions, for example, or BMO, they give you $50,000. So it's important to have a clear idea of what you want, what you need, and you need to see the bank the bank and or lender you could qualify for. Remember, when we talk about a credit union, you have a restricted membership base. But if you have a bank, also some of those banks, they are regionally limited. So you have to always make sure that you qualify for the type of loan products or the kind of line of credit that you want to apply for. So do some research beforehand, so you are clear about the requirements. You're clear about whatever conditions they're asking you, even before starting the whole conversation. That way, you are sure you're not wasting any time. You're not actually doing anything contrary to your own interest. All right, let's quickly recap here. So I was just talking to you about Bank of America, bad credit, personal line of credit alternatives. And I share with you a few institutions. So you have PNC, you have Fifth Third Bank, you have BMO Harris, you have UniFi FCU, that's a credit union. You have NASAFED, another credit union. And then you have Genesis, another credit union. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.